Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel Creative Hands by Shay. So in today's tutorial I will be showing you how to make a simple easy granny stitch bucket hat. So I will be showing you how to make this hat from a size 1 year to size 12 years old. So guys, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you will love this tutorial and you'll be able to make one of your own. I do however have another tutorial on how to make the adult size, so I will link that video next to this one. And the yarn that I will be using is the Coboo Lion brand yarn. So for the previous tutorial that I did with the toddler shorts, wrap shorts, and the top, I wanted to make a hat to match with that for my daughter. So I will just show you how to make this hat. So you can use whatever size yarn that you want to use. Just follow the same instruction and measurement and you should be able to achieve it. So this yarn is a cotton yarn and the color is mauve and it's a size 3. I will be using a size 4mm crochet hook. You will need your scissors and also your darning needle. So guys, let's jump in. Guys, to begin, I have my 4.0mm crochet hook here and we are going to start by making a magic ring. So you can go ahead and make your magic ring however comfortable you feel. This is how I made mine. So once I have made my ring, I am just going to go ahead and place 3 chains. Now this 3 chains that I just did is going to count as your first double crochet. Make sure that your tail end is dangling on this side, and you are going to go ahead and make another double crochet. Now you have a cluster of 2. Now you're going to chain 1. You're going to go back into the ring and you're going to make 2 more double crochet. So you should have a total of 6 clusters of 2, and between each cluster of 2 you should have a chain 1. So I am going to continue doing this all the way around until I get to the end, and I'll meet you back there. So guys, now I have come to the end of making my 6 clusters of 2. Now I'm going to chain my last one there and pull on my tail end to close that center up. So now we are going to slip stitch on top of our first double crochet, which is a chain of 3. And I am going to go ahead and fasten off because I will be changing my color. So if you don't want to change your color, you don't have to, but this is what I am working with. So let me just pull on my tail end here. Okay, so now that I've done so, I am going to grab my next color. So this is color A and this is color B. So into any one of these chain 1 space, you can rejoin your yarn there. So I'm going to go into this one. So I'm chaining 1 there, and that is going to be my first chain. Give it a tie to make sure that it is secured. And now you're going to chain up 2 more, and that is going to be your first double crochet. You're going to yarn over, go back into that chain 1 space, and you're going to place another double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1, yarn over, go back into the chain 1 space, and you're going to place 2 more double crochet. So that's 1 and 2. Let me just redo that. So for whatever size that you are making, you will just follow the same steps. Now you're going to chain 1, go over to the next chain 1 space here, and you are going to repeat the same thing that we just did. 2 double crochet followed by a chain 1, and then 2 more double crochet into the same chain 1 space. Chain 1, go into the next chain 1 space here, and repeat the same thing. So I will see you at the end of this round. So guys, and now I have come to the end and I have my chain 1 there, and I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch on top of our first double crochet. Chain 1 and fasten off. Now moving on to our color B. Sorry, color A. This is our color B. and you can start again in any one of the chain one space. I'm going to start in this chain one space here, and just as we did before, we're just going to repeat the same thing. So I have my chain one that I did, so I'm just going to chain two more, and that is going to count as our first double crochet. You're going to go back into that chain one space and you're going to place two more double crochets. So that's 1 and 2, chain 1, and into that chain one space here. So I hope that you're looking at what I'm doing. Into this one here where we have the 2 double crochet and chain 1 in between, you are going to go ahead and place a cluster of 3 double crochet there. Chain 1, go into the next chain 1 space here and place 1, 2 and 3 double crochet. Chain 1, go over in the next chain 1 space. So repeat this all the way around by placing 3 double crochet in each chain 1 space, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just going to chain my last one there, and I am going to slip stitch. So on my first double crochet there, chain 1 and fasten off. Okay, moving on. So now we're getting color B. So in any one of the chain 1 spaces, you can go ahead and attach your yarn. Chain 1, give it a tie. You're gonna have a lot of tail ends to weave in, guys, so just be prepared for that. Now I am gonna chain up 2 more, and that is gonna count as my first double crochet there. So now I am gonna do 2 more double crochet, chain 1, go to the next chain 1 space, and you're gonna do 2 double crochet. That's 1, 2, chain 1, go back into the same space, place 2 more double crochet. So this is gonna be the sequence for row 4. Let me just redo that. 1, 2, 3, yeah, row 4. So you're gonna start with a cluster of 3, and then we're just repeating row 2 here. So you will do 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet again into the same space, followed by a cluster of just 3 double crochet. Chain 1, go over to the next chain 1 space. Now you're gonna do the same thing as here. So 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet again into the same space. Chain 1, 2 more double crochet. So there it is. Remember to chain your 1 in between. Continue to do this all the way around until you get back to here, and I'll meet you there. Guys, now I have come to the end, and I have my chain 1 there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and slip stitch, chain 1 and fasten off. And this is what our rows look like so far. So moving on, we are gonna get our A color, go into one of the chain 1 space. We're having a thunderstorm, guys. It is so loud outside with the thunder. Okay, so you're gonna chain up 2 more. So that's our first double crochet. So in this round, which is row 1, 2, 3, 4, row 5, you are just going to place 3 double crochets. So you're gonna make a cluster into each chain 1 space. So after a cluster, chain 1, go into your chain 1 space here and do another set of 3 double crochets. 1, and 2. So that's 3 there. Chain 1, go into the next chain 1 space, and repeat this all the way around. So a cluster of 3 double crochet into each chain 1 space, and I'll see you at the end, guys. And now I have come to the end of row 5, and this is what it looks like so far. So now you are going to chain your 1 there. I already have my chain 1, and now I'm going to slip stitch on top of my first double crochet. Chain 1 and fasten off. Now we are going to get our B color, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit different for row 6. So chain 1 to attach your yarn there, and then chain 2 more, 1 and 2, yarn over, go back into that same space, same chain 1 space, and place 2 more double crochet. So what you're gonna do is you are gonna do 5 clusters of double crochets. So 5 clusters of 3 double crochets. So we have 1 here, chain 1, go over to the next chain 1 space, and you're gonna do another cluster of 3 double crochet. So you should have a total set of 5. And remember to chain your 1 in between. So that's 4, chain 1, and the last set is 5. Okay, so now we have 5 sets of clusters here in our chain 1 spaces, and followed by chain 1 in between. Now you are going to chain 1, and into the next chain 1 space you're going to make a shell. I'm just going to call it a shell. So that is the 2 double crochet in the same space, chain 1, yarn over, go back into the same space, and place 2 more double crochets. And this is what you will repeat all the way around, so you're only increasing here. And so once you do 5 sets of clusters of 3, then you will do a shell, then you will repeat that again all the way around until you get to the end. So I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 6. So I finish off with my shell there, and now I'm gonna slip stitch and fasten off. I'm just chain 1. Now I'm going to go back to my A color, and if you notice that your work start to cup in like this, don't worry about it, you're not doing anything wrong. So you are now going to join your next color, and for the 1 to 2 years, your hat should measure 5.5 inches in diameter. And for the 3 to 5 years, that should be 6. And I'm gonna put that on the screen so you can follow along. So now for row 7, we are just going to place clusters of 3 double crochet into each chain 1 space. So I have my first one there. Now I'm doing my second. Now I am at my shell. I'm gonna go inside the shell and place my 3 double crochet. So repeat this all the way around by just placing a cluster of 3 double crochet into each chain 1 space, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end of row 7. This is what our work looked like so far, and this is where I am going to stop for the 1 to 2 years head circumference, because that should measure 5.5 inches, and I'm just going to show you the measurements here. and there it is measuring the 5.5. So what you're gonna do is you are going to continue repeating row 6 and row 7, but you will be decreasing in the number of amount of clusters that you will be doing. So let me just explain it. So remember in row 6 we did 5 clusters, and then after a 5 cluster then we do a shell, and then 5 more cluster and then a shell. So to repeat that, what you will do in row 8, if you're making the bigger size, you will do 4 sets of cluster and then a shell, 4 sets of cluster and then a shell, and you will repeat that all the way around until you get to the end, and then you will then repeat row 7 here, where you will do just one cluster into each chain 1 space all the way around. Make sure that you work into your shell. Make sure that you put your cluster of 3 double crochet there. So I will put that on the screen so you can follow along. So I hope that you don't make any mistakes, and you will just follow the same instruction as what I am given. So once you reach your hat circumference of what you're making, then you will just continue making your rows of just one cluster of 3 double crochets in each chain 1 spaces all the way around until you get to the length. So for the length body of the hat, I will also put that on the screen. So for 1 to 2 years you will continue to make your rows until your hat reaches 6.5 inches in length. For the 3 to 5 years you will go to 7 inches, and that would be counting from the top here. So you will just fold down your hat like this and then use your measuring tape to measure all the way down. So I will put that on the screen so that you can go ahead and follow along. If you don't remember what to do, feel free to rewind the video, and if you have any questions you can go ahead and ask me that in the comment section, and I will try my best to help you as much as possible. So now I am just gonna continue doing my clusters of 3 double crochet in each chain 1 space until I get to a total of 6.5 inches in length for my hat. And again, that would be measuring from the top all the way down. So I'm going to continue to do this, and I will see you once I am at the end of the body of the hat. Guys, and now I have come to the end of my row here, and I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch. I already fastened off from my main color. Let me just pull through there. I'm going to join my next color. I fasten off because I don't have a lot of yarn left back and I don't want to run out. So I am just going to work with my other color here. So I am just going to show you the measurement of what this is. So measuring from the top here all the way down to the bottom, that is measuring 6 inches. Let me just fix it properly. Okay, so that is measuring 6 inches. So that is good enough for the 1 to 2 years. If you want it to be less, you could stop at 5.5 inches. I know that I did say 6.5, but I put the information on the screen, corrected myself, and yes, so you should stop at 6 inches. If you want to go a little bit less, because I did measure this on my daughter's head and it's just a little bit over right where her ears is, so she can grow into it. So if you want it to be like an exact fit, you could stop at 5.5 inches. So now moving on, we're gonna work on the brim. Let me just chain one there, and I'm just going to rejoin my yarn exactly into that same space so I can work over the tail end. And I also went ahead and I made my, well, I weave in all my tail ends inside, or most of them, because if you know me, I hate weaving in tail ends. That's the worst part of doing crochet for me. Weaving in tail end is a pain. So now I am just going to go ahead and I'm not going to chain one, so I'm just going to go into the next stitch, and I'm going to place my first, let me do half double crochet instead of single crochet. So I'm going to do half double crochets. This yarn is not cooperating with me. Okay, so that's my first one, and I'm just going to go ahead and make half double crochet into each and every stitch. Once you get to the chain one space, you will place one half double crochet there. So continue to do that all the way around until you get to the end, and I'll meet you back there. Guys, now I have come to the end and I made my last half double crochet there. Now I'm gonna slip stitch on top of our first half double crochet. Okay, so now that we have done so, you are gonna go ahead and chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we will be doing some treble crochets. So you're gonna yarn over twice, and into that same stitch you are going to place one treble crochet there. I think I probably should change my hook. It's giving me so much trouble to get in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna redo that. So you're gonna yarn over twice, go into that same stitch, and you're gonna do a treble. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through the next 2. Now you have 3 treble crochet into that stitch. You're going to yarn over twice again, go into the next stitch, and you're going to place 3 treble crochet into that stitch. So you're going to repeat this all the way around until you get to the end, and I will meet you there. This yarn is something else. Sometimes it's with you, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it keeps splitting. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing this all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. Guys, and now I have come to the end, and I'm making my last treble crochet here. And this is what our hat looks like so far. So it's looking super cute. I love the way how it looks. So if you want to go ahead and do another row, you can go ahead and do so, but it's gonna get a lot tedious if you're gonna do that, because you have so many stitches to work in. If you want to go another row though, what you can do, just to kind of limit the length of how long you will do it, you can work into every other stitch and place 3 double crochet in the stitch. So you will place 3 double crochet here, you will skip this one, 3 double crochet here, skip this one. That is if you want to kind of shorten the amount of time that you would have to do this for. But this is where I am going to stop, and I did measure this on my daughter's head just now, and it looks super cute. I love the way how it looked on her, so I'm going to stop here. So I am just going to go ahead and fasten off. And I'm gonna get my darning needle, go into both loops on this first stitch, and then into the back loop on the other stitch, just to close that part off. And there it is. And then I'm just gonna go into, take my time and go into the stitch and weave my tail end in. And all the other tail ends, you can go ahead and weave those in once you're through. I still have about 2 tail ends remaining. I'm going to show you how to weave in those. Okay, I'm going to fasten off here. So for the ones that are underneath the clusters of 3 double crochets, this is how I do it to weave in my tail end. So I kind of go underneath the stitch, take my time, make sure that it is not showing on the other side, go through and then come through like inside of where the stitches are, take my time again and go through one of the other stitch and then come back underneath. Now it is well secured, I can go ahead and fasten off. So you can do that for all your other tail ends. But there is the hat, guys. It is looking super cute. I love the way how this turned out. She will look super cute in this suit, the whole suit together. So thanks again for watching, guys. Remember, all information will be on the screen so you can follow along to make whatever size that you are making. So until next time, bye.